your ex-wife, Cheryl, has offered me $1 million in the form of a loan to take you out. We're driving home. It's February, so it's cold out. And we're going down Grinnell in Molly's white Tahoe SUV. We get to the driveway, and we look down the driveway, and there's a SUV, and there's two cornfields, one on the right past our property, and there's a cornfield on the left. And there's a SUV with completely blacked out windows that had backed into a gravel road at where the trucks used to go in and harvest the corn or the soybeans. We lived there, I don't know how many years, 5 years, 4 years. Never seen a vehicle parked in that gravel road. It's February. There's no corn, right?
Right.
It's wintertime. So it's just a flat field. There's nothing there. I think to myself, that's really, really odd. And so I don't really say anything. And so Molly pulls in and she says, I'm going to get the Amazon. Amazon had left something at the gate. I said, I'm going to grab the mail. I'm like, kind of like a little uneasy. I go over to the mailbox, which is about 25 feet away. I pull the mailbox lid down and I reach in and I look out my peripheral vision, and the car, the SUV, starts to creep out on Grinnell and turn towards us. At that moment, it's like two knives going in my kidneys, my adrenal glands. My body dumps adrenaline. The adrenal glands sit right on top of the kidneys. It felt like somebody had stabbed me with two knives, and I kind of went like, almost collapse, and all my adrenaline dumped into my body. And I went, oh shit, something's not right. And so I close the mailbox and I walk back to the car, and I specifically try not to look. I don't look at the car. The car's creeping down Grinnell. Yeah. And I'm like, every step, something's not right. This is not good. I get to the car. I left the passenger. I never drive. Molly always drives. I left the passenger door open. As soon as I got to the car, I put the mail down. I said, give me your gun. It's the first time I'd ever left my gun at home. I always carried my pistol. Always. It's the first time in, I don't know, 2 years since we had them, that I didn't have my gun, my pistol. I said, give me your gun. She didn't say a word. She lifted up the thing and she took her 6-hour 365, handed it to me. I took it. I chambered around. I didn't keep a chamber around in it. She didn't keep around in it because the children.
Right.
I chambered around. As soon as I chambered and put a round in, a man with a green camo ski mask walks up, fast walk, to her car, her window. He's 6'5". He's 230 pounds. He's got a camo jacket on. He's got a camo ski mask on. He's got gloves on, and he's got a huge black pistol with a silencer barrel on the end, but no silencer, just the grooved barrel.
Oh, okay.
Immediately walks up to the car, puts the gun right to her temple, just as fast as he could. I took the gun and I went like this. I showed him my gun. His eyes went like this. His eyes got really big. I stepped back behind the car, behind the passenger seat, to the seat that's right behind the passenger.
Right.
Because there's 2 rows there on a Tahoe.
Right.
He takes the gun and points it right at me. As soon as he shifts the gun over to me, I shoot through the window. I shot through the window. I missed my wife's head by 4 inches because the bullet missed the back of the headrest. I shot through the window on the back passenger. I shot through the window on the other one, and I hit him, and he went back. I don't know where I hit him. I just saw him go back like this. I dropped down to my knees. I looked under the car for his feet. I saw his feet running towards me. He ran to the back bumper. He ran to the back of the car. I stayed down low. He comes around like this with the gun, and I shoot up 2 times, and I hit him. But when you're in a gunfight, you don't know if you're hitting someone. All you're doing, it's happening so fast as you're seeing bodies. You see him flail. He's flailing. He's running towards me, which didn't make any sense at all because I knew I hit him.
Well, the adrenaline must have been shooting through him too. He might not even notice.
The adrenaline is off the charts.
Yeah.
And people say fight or flight. There's not fight or flight. There's not. There's fight, freeze, fight, and then attack.
Right.
That's what there is. And there's a lot of people will freeze in that situation. He comes around. I hit him 2 times. I can hear Molly screaming, literally screaming for God. She's on the phone with 911. 911's hearing all the gunshots and hearing everything that's going on. And then I'm looking for his feet. I can't find his feet. I stick my head around the bumper, and he's already 40 to 50 yards down the road towards where the car was in the field. But the car's not there.
Right.
And so I say to him, I stand up and I go to the back of the car. I point my gun at him and I say, stop, stop or I'll, and I'm yelling it like a command. And I'm saying, stop or I'll shoot, stop or I'll shoot, turn around, stop or I'll shoot. And he turns around. As soon as he turns around like this. And as soon as he turns around,
in front of me a quarter brick, and my dumbass turned around in front of that. And I call him, well, what's up? I said, you tell me. Nothing. I said, I need to get that bread. He's like, I ain't got it. What do you mean you ain't got it? He's like, I ain't got it. I said, well, you need to come up with it. He said, nah. He said, you're hit. Basically, I mean, in those words, you know.
Well, how much was it?
It was, let's see, back then, I think I was paying about $900 an ounce. So $7,200. Here I am, 17 years old. I just got that on the arm.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I called my dude. I'm like, hey, man, I need to talk to you. He's like, what's up? I went over to his house and told him, I was like, you know what you gave me? I f***ed up in front of that. And dude said, you know what I mean? I'll pay you back. I said, but I'm gonna straighten this out. I'm gonna go get him. He said, I'll tell you what. You go get him and make it right. You don't owe me a penny. Just make sure that you get your name right.
Right.
All right. So I go over. I find out where he lives, you know, because he had moved. He got a nice little house with a fence around it out in the woods. So I start staking it out for a couple of days. And this one night, I'm like, it's over. I see him pull in. He lets his 2 dogs out. He had 2 pits. He goes in the backyard. They piss and everything. Goes back in. I'm watching him. He sits down, starts watching TV and shit. I hopped over the fence. There was a half a center block. He had a grill sitting on half center block. So I moved the grill. And I had the shotgun in this hand. I grabbed the center brick in this one. And I did a complete 360 and slung it through this sliding glass door. And when I went in, both his dogs hopped up. I did, boom, boom. And I jumped over the couch, hit him right in the mouth, and knocked a couple of teeth out. And I said, cool? You know what money? And no, don't kill me. I said, come on, let's go open the safe up. So he opened up the safe, and I ended up tying him up. This old lady was tied up. She was freaking out, too.
Do you have a mask on?
No. No. At the time, I mean, I was right. Young, I was dumb,
Yeah.
So I tell him, I said, listen, man, I'm gonna let you live, but you know, you should have never done this in the first place. And really, because I got over 10 grand in cash.
Dispatch is saying we're receiving calls that a male is chasing a female down the street and fired off some shots. I start running down the street and I have my gun drawn. I look over and I see a older gentleman pop out from a big tree. And he sees me running and he pops out and he points me. He didn't want to announce himself, but he pointed me where this guy was, or where I guess he was pointing me to where they were. When I halt in my tracks, I see a Jeep, a vehicle in a driveway, and I'm running down the street and I get to the front of the Jeep. I have my gun. I'm at like my low ready here. And I peek around the Jeep and I can see a pit bull, a woman, like dirty blonde, probably in her 40s or 50s, and a male. They're just standing on a porch. Now, as I'm coming up to this car, I can hear a woman screaming for help. And I'm only assuming that this is that woman.
Right.
And I get to the front of the car, and the first thing that comes out of my mouth, I just said, "Let me see your hands." I don't know what this guy's. All I can see is his like left shoulder, a little bit of his chest, and his left hand, but I can't see his right hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if he's got a gun or not. I don't know if this is even the right group of people. Soon as I said, "Let me see your hands," the guy looks right at me. I'm probably 25 feet away, 30 feet away. He looks right at me and just goes, boom, boom. Shoots the dog right in the head.
Oh.
I'm talking this was within a second. I didn't even know his gun was out, first
Right.
of all. He didn't draw it. It was already out.
Right.
He shoots the dog and shot her right in the face.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, right after the first shot went off, she like tried to move, but he literally turned the gun and shot her right under her left eye.
She drops. She's on.
Yeah, and
Okay.
as this happens, I don't even have the time to draw. I mean, my gun's already out, right?
Yeah.
So, right as those shots are going off, I'm literally drawing on this guy, and I just start firing. I shot 7 times. I hit him twice.